Travelling to my sites, working my bees.
G'day, my name's Alan Teskey. My main aim in beekeeping is to experiment and to obtain as much honey from the hives as possible.
Never has rain been so beneficial. We have been having rain for quite a number of days, and it's been pouring at times with storms in the night time. They only puddle in the yard, and that'll drain away in 4 or 5 minutes. 6 months down the track, in spring, there will be plenty of good flora for the bees to work, from the blue gum and the ironbark mainly. Yeah, we're going out to check some brood lifts this morning. Can't wait until the weather finds up, because it might not find up for a number of days yet with the way the weather forecast is. Swimming with bees at Thornlands. When brood lifts have got to be done, brood lifts have got to be checked 5 to 7 days later.
Audio 1. Come on, Alan, where are your togs? Swim faster. Chop, chop. The bees don't get you, the mozzies will.
I'm going as fast as I bloody well can. Otherwise I'm going to fill my boots.
What are the bees up to? Are they washed out?
Very little grass grows in this area because of the blue gums and the leaves that drop on the ground.
All in a day's work for a beekeeper, eh?
Grass doesn't seem to grow very much. G'day bees, I'm here to check some brood lifts so don't get towy. Nothing like talking to your bees.
Oh, okay.
The
new regime, failing already.
This is a triple honey super. This is some brood that we lifted, and we put it in the top of the hive so that you don't have to lift off the top super. Checking brood lifts. Yeah, nearly all that brood is hatched by the look of it, and they're starting to put a bit of nectar in. So that's good.
How many frames did you put in as brood? I can't remember.
3, I think there was.
Oh yeah, I do remember. I put in 3.
Yep.
Oh, there might even be 4.
That was 3 from the nukes, to slow the nukes down.
I actually marked.
There's a queen cell. That's a queen cell that we've got to destroy. Otherwise, it's probably only.
Gee, that was well spotted, because it it looks like it's just joining the frame, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, that's why you've got to be so careful when you're checking row queen cells, that they can be anywhere. And this one here is the queener would never be any good, because the size of the cell tells me it's only about a 2-day-old cell.
Was it a play cell or a real one?
No, it's a real one. Solid brood.
So Alan, I do remember marking all those frames.
That's what you tell me.
No, there are 3.
You tell me bloody porkies again.
I just say whatever, as long as it's on the camera.
Right, okay, so that's hatching brood.
No queen cells?
No queen cells, and that's some drone comb, but that's no problem. I'll just lift there's one cell there. There's one play cell here.
Oh, I see the drone comb, yeah.
Yep.
So what's that you found there? It's too high for me to see.
There's
oh yeah.
That may be a queen cell or a drone cell.
Yeah. It's all a bit distorted, isn't it?
No, that was a queen cell. You got it?
Well, how can you tell?
Well, there's no big eyes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't have known that. Brilliant. So that was 2 queen cells in there.
Yep, 2 queen cells. And this hive.
So they would have been formed as queen cells or being fed as queens before we put them in?
No.
No? Would
No,
they
that-
just start feeding them as queens
Yeah,
because there's nothing else up here?
yeah, because they're high, they're up high.
There's a brood and there's no queen?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Yep. I'm just scratching the bee off. But bees are fairly quiet. I've got no protective gear on.
Show off. I've only got protective gear on for the mosquitoes.
Oh, that's what you're telling me. You're telling me bloody porkies again. Right, so I've just got a couple of twigs, and I'm going to lift up the lid so that the drones can get out of the hive. People say you can't work bees in cloudy weather or rainy weather.
You can if you have to.
This proves it's a fallacy.
And at this point you don't have a lot of choice. And then there's Kim. She does it by canoe when the queen's gone under.
I reckon. Right, yeah, okay. But the weather looks like it could be bad for the next week, they tell us. So that's why we had to do it today.
We've already had an inundation, more than we've seen for several years.
Yeah.